Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today I want to talk to you about South Park. And I want to talk to you about South Park in general. I'm going to give a review right now about Snow Day and what I
That's
think
cool, right?
about it.
Yeah, I do.
One of the big problems I find with the game, it's comparing it to the old games. In my opinion, it doesn't hold up. It really doesn't. Trey Parker and Matt Stone really have a particular style that has transcended through time since we were teenagers, that it's very special. And this game, well, let's talk about it. Welcome to South Park Snow Day. So this is it. This is the main hub where you're at. This is the town. So first of all, what my issue is, and the first thing I see, is that I see nothing. Because they covered the town in snow. I'm not sure who lives where, what house is who, and actually I'm not even sure what part of the town I'm actually in, because nothing is familiar. Plus, you can't really explore. They made this artificial, like, look at the town is nothing. Yeah, the good old town. The good old town. Here's Kenny's house before Sojo Soba, guys. Holy snap, this town really changed. Cartman's house, Stan's house, Kyle's house, my house. This is where the new kid lives, guys. He lives in between Jimmy's house and right next door to Butters is the new kid's house. Lore accurate. And to be honest, I think the fact that they covered everything in snow not only hides the fact that they try to rush it and hide everything behind snow. Let's just, why make details when we could just cover everything in snow? Seems lazy to me. And there's barely any details in the world that say anything about the episodes, the story, and the world of South Park. Another thing is, if you come behind this house in particular, you run into Koopa Keep. And I don't know about you, but if you look and compare this, look at this, look at Koopa Keep, and I get it. You gotta appreciate that they put the little stables here, like the old games, and they put the little pool right there, the pool of illusions. But this is the shadow. Even though we're in the future, it doesn't compare to how it was back then. Not only that, it's really special going around through the town and exploring all these familiar places that we care and love. And to not put like those details, those details in the world where you go to a place and what you expect to be there is exactly what you're gonna find whenever you go there. And it's those type of details that truly make the game good. Just the fact that there's so increasing graphics and so less details says a lot about how this game was created and treated.
If we survive this, I'm totally kicking your ass.
The other thing is that we got
uh,
Greg and Tweak right here behind who knows whose house, because like I said, there's no details. Then we got, like, it's so minimal. So many characters are missing. So many characters are missing. Hell of a nostalgia with all these characters that are long gone in the series. So many of them long gone. So many of them that we never cared for. but so many of them that had uh potential, I would say. Dude, this is crazy. Look at this guy. Look at how he was. The diabetic. Jesus. The crazy part about the game is that I feel like they did an amazing thing adding the cards.
Yeah.
Card system in the game is actually amazing. But the problem with the card system is that, first of all, the game suffers from making you constantly rush through everything. They barely give you any time. They constantly want you to just rush through, rush through. And every time you're playing the game, any mission or anything you're doing, they're constantly rushing. You barely have time to see or know what you're doing or explore. It's almost as if they don't want you to explore.
Hey, I'm glad you're enjoying your fucking childhood and all, but this war isn't gonna win itself. Stuck on that.
And the problem with the cards is like the cards are the best part of the game in my opinion. And you're so limited. The enemy always uses more cards. And you're so limited to what you could use and the times you could use it. You could run through a whole part of the game with using one or two cards. And that's just not cool. Like the whole point, that's why I like the new added DLC with Henrietta, which goes down and it's like a herd wave mode because you get to use the cards so much more and so much more often, but yet still you barely see the potential of powering up. It's almost as if they don't want you to reach the maximum potential of powering up. But where's the fun in that? Another thing is, look, this is the bare minimum of references. A little.
Get out of here!
This is very their style. This is very their style, but it's so minimum. Like, that's it. This is the only reference we get. And as you can see, what I was talking about, everything is lazily covered in snow. Lazily covered in snow everywhere. Like, dude, this is basically, that's it. They put 1, 2, 3. 2 signs and the entrance. 3 little things, you get 1 reference. Maybe if you count the go-karts, but dude, like then you run into something like this. What is this? This is a corridor with nothing. Laziness, no details, no nothing. And it doesn't even look like the cartoon. They decided to go with this graphic mode, which is not charming. It's not charming like it used to do. It doesn't put me in the world of South Park. It really doesn't. It makes me just think I'm playing some South Park game instead of being immersed in a part of the town, seeing references from the game, seeing a bunch of details. It's all bland and empty. Like nothing is truly funny or in their style commentary on anything. Everything is just blah. See, the charm about the old games in South Park is that wherever you go, you could see details about the episodes and the story. You could see all these Easter eggs and references all over the place, all the time. And what made that actually so amazing is the fact that it takes you back to every episode and the memories of everything. But not only that, if you look and compare, the original games back then used to look so much like the actual cartoon. You were actually walking around the town and it was accurate. And like I said, so many references. Perfect example. And it just had this feeling where they care. It seemed like they care. They constantly put details in everywhere. They constantly put details where it really looked like they cared about their product. They really cared about the world they were creating. And that's the part where I feel it's gone in the new games. Then we have the combat, and it's just this.
Here
They
come the elves, new
decided to
kid.
go
Let 'em
with
have it.
this Left 4 Dead or Back 4 Blood game style, especially Back 4 Blood. Step by step, it has a card system, a linear design where you're attacked by waves. And then the battle system is just like I said, there's so much potential, but they barely let you reach that potential. They constantly rush you and hold you back, and before you know it, you're done. You're done with the mission before you can even reach 25% of all your potential with your cards. The whole point of this game, I guess, is the fact that you could play up to 4-player co-op. And if you play by yourself, at least they added the ability to have bots with you. And you could like play on your own if you don't have online or whatever. But at the same time, the fact that they use so many repeated enemies. Look at this. Look how lazy this is. I just gotta climb more snow, and everything is just covered in snow in a linear path that is just not engaging. It's not fun. It's not immersive. And all the repeated enemies are just trying to imitate what the game was at some point. And it really does really
Jeez, dodge a
fail,
arrow.
in my opinion, because it has so
Nice done,
little
Nuke.
effort.
Looks like I made the.
Here we go. Here we go. Oh, no, not my axe.
Rules say you can have 1 potion every turn. I asked for 5, but this was a compromise.
Okay.
This guy's fast, douchebag. Try to block all his attacks.
Oh, damn. Try.
Okay, if you block all the attacks, you get a counterattack. Look at your enemy on
Yes.
the ground. Weak and
Do
helpless.
it.
Kick the shit out of him.
Do it.
Awesome, you kicked his helpless ass. Now finish off these elves in the name of the Wizard King.
Sure. All right, let's choose. Oh, baseball bat.
Come on, fight.
Throw the ball, then swing it. All right. Throw it. Swing.
That's lame. Try it again, dude.
That was amazing, bro. That was amazing. I smacked him in the face.
Come on, you must have known you were disposable.
The only good part of the game, like I said, is the cards. But there's so few and in between.
Wonderful choice.
So few and in between that I don't know what happened. This is not their best. Now, on top of the card system, the basic card system, they also added some what they're like tarot system, which they're imitating. And they added Henrietta for that with her dark magic. To be honest, they did a good job designing the cards. It looks pretty cool. All their cards in general look cool, and they did a good job with the tarot. But you barely get to use it as well, and you only see a handful of the 72 cards in the tarot. You only see a handful. It would have been amazing if they would have expanded this card system so much more, and the ability to actually
all need to make sacrifices
use it
to the darkness.
a lot more to its full potential. It would have been
The store
amazing.
is out of cloves, so I had to hit my mom's spice cabinet. Sucks.
Treasure this rare moment of peace.
This is
The lights of a
probably
distant
the
land
only
used to
part
calm
in the
before storm.
game where you see a reference of some hint of them trying. And crazy enough, this is a perfect example of this is probably the best you get in the whole game of a reference that you're in South Park, and a reference to episodes and story. This is it. This is all you get. This is where you know, like, oh, okay, I'm in this part of the town. There's so many stories to be told. And this is what we get. Oh my God. Yep. And my passport to Canada. Oh, the chimp Pokemon, bro. Even this one, the shoe. The Shushin Pokemon. This is probably the hardest part of the game, finding all these. That's definitely the hardest part of the game, for sure. Oh, damn. Oh my god, that's right. Damn, CD Sushi. Isn't this where the KFC springs up later and then it becomes a herb specialist place? Skeeter's Bar. Dude, I'm so playing this. I just got to, bro. All the maps look exactly the same. They're pretty linear and covered in snow. Snow is the big thing. It's snow day. A little bit over the top with obvious parameters that are locked. And even though sometimes they say they give little hints and details, like in the beginning of this level, you see a sign that says Man Bear Pig. Beware. And then you find a little secret area, and though you go down, you keep finding wherever you go, you keep finding the homeless. Homeless people all over hidden in the world. I guess it's a reference to what's going on around America, especially California. But still, it's like they have so many episodes and so many exciting moments in the series that they could have used this to really say, like, hey, remember this episode or this funny moment in the story? Look, it's Man Bear Pig and you have the secret battle. But no, it's just like, nothing. Nothing special. As much as you look, there's barely any hidden areas. Like, and the hidden areas are so obvious, and you go out of your way just to get the same toilet paper and dark matter. Get it, guys? Dark matter. There's always been a debate between South Park and Family Guy, asking the question, which is funnier? In my opinion, Family Guy is funnier, but South Park is has a commentary. It's a satire. It has a commentary on life and our experiences and the things that are happening around America, especially around America. And that, I think, transcends generations, especially if you've been a part of it. While
The
in
zombies came for the tacos, that's my theory.
the recent games, they, like this last game, the Snow Day, they really don't comment and say much about anything. It's just a silly story with minimum effort on commentating on a bigger picture. It seems really not them. Really not their style. Really like they didn't put their heart into it. They just needed to make some money. It really seems a game that was slapped together for no reason. And if you know the cartoon and how they are, they're always commenting on something. Not too long ago, they came out, not only during the pandemic, they made the pandemic special and all that things. But recently they came out with the one about obesity. And I think they're making part 2. But it goes to show how these games have truly changed throughout time to lose what it meant to do a South Park game in the first place. The commentary, the details, the storytelling. That's what matters, not really the gameplay.
I'm okay. I posted my broken leg on social media and it got so many likes.
Ow! Ooh! Ah! That's not nice! Well, well, well. You just thought you could do anything you wanted, didn't you? You just thought you were so smart.
Compared to the old games, here's an example of a part that I just enter into this part out of the nothing. And this part of the game really let me down because it's this whole area that you could go through the sides and it seems like you're gonna find a secret. It really does seem like you're gonna find a secret. And you go And it's nothing. It's just nothing. It's just the most repetitive, bland, no references, no secrets. If I go up to that little house up there, all I find is what? Some loot, which is the same repetitive loot. The toilet paper, the cheesy poof, and dark matter. The same thing. And as much as I explore this area, it's just a nothingness area. There's no enemies. There's no enemies. There's no references to anything. It's just you enter in one spot right there. It just to walk in this empty area that has nothing. Just to upgrade your cards. One more time. And that's it. This is it. This whole area was made with no references. And that's exactly what I mean. It has no references, no reason, nothing besides just then why not just let me upgrade my card twice? Why do a whole area for nothing? And this is exactly what it makes the game kind of feel like everything is covered in snow. Why is this a part of South Park? There's nothing here.
Good to see you.
Nothing.
Kid. Wow, treasure behind a waterfall. I told you this was a good game.
Wow. Wow.
Well, I changed my mind. The truth is, none of this is my fault. I think we all know whose fault it is. Finally, you did it! Under my guidance and sage-like wisdom.
Oh, thank God! You did it! You saved me! I've been trapped in here all day. I would have gotten out, but there's a level 3 elven lock on that door over there.
Now, South Park is still gonna have that charm and that, you know, when it comes to the good things about the game, the story still carries that South Park charm, especially with Randy and how Cartman is and how the boys are playing their fictional game.
Oh man, I've been stuck here so long, I really gotta go take a shit.
But besides the story, the gameplay itself, which is 90% of the game, is so lackluster. It's so vague. But the story is always gonna be amazing because that's what they do best. But it's so linear and so short that you barely get any chance to really enjoy it. It's just little moments throughout the story. Looking for secrets all over the maps, constantly running into things like it seems like you could go through and it's a secret, and then met with an invisible wall. And you're so like, no, there must be something there. They must have tried harder. But no, it's not. But at the end of the day, they did make amazing boss fights. I do gotta say. They made some pretty hard, and probably the best gameplay are the boss fights. Besides the short story, boss fights is it. At the end of the day, South Park still has that charm that South Park has, but unfortunately, this last iteration is probably the worst iteration of the series. Like, if you want to play a good South Park game, just go back and play the Stick of Truth or the Fractured B. Because, to be honest, that's the golden era. That's where they were at their best. Still, if you like South Park, this is still a South Park game. But in my opinion, it's the worst South Park game. But that's pretty much my verdict. I appreciate all of you guys for watching my videos and being here. Please leave a like to see more. And join me because I will be going back to the original, to the beginning, the Stick of Truth. I'll see you over there. Thank you guys.